Keeping visitors coming back to your website is paramount. Today, we have 10 mistakes you could be making that annoy your visitors to the point they don't return.
This is Better Radio Websites, the podcast for radio professionals who want to see their website generate more traffic and revenue. Each week, your host, Jim Sherwood, and his special guests give you time-tested tips and secret tricks to ensure your radio station dominates digital in your market. Here we go.
Hi, it's Jim, and welcome to Better Radio Websites, the podcast that wants to help you get more visitors and the most revenue from your radio station website. We're so thankful for you tuning in each and every week. Any successful website, whether it be for a radio station, TV station, newspaper, it doesn't matter. Any website whatsoever needs to do all that it can to keep visitors coming back regularly. Now, multiple times per day, that would be perfect, but at least once per day or maybe once a week, just depending on what the website entails. Now, if you've listened to our other episodes, you know that great content is the number one reason for visitors to return often. And let's say you have the great content covered, whether it be local news, events, contests, everything that a radio station does, just in an online format. Well, there could be some mistakes that you're making on your website that leave a bad taste in your visitor's mouth, and sometimes it forces them to leave and to not return, like ever. All right? So here are 10 mistakes that you could be making that annoy your website visitors. Hopefully you're not doing any of these. Like number one, disregarding page load times. It's very important that all of your content, most importantly, your images, are optimized for mobile visitors first. Think mobile visitors on their devices first. Don't think about the person sitting at their desktop on their big fiber optic fast cable or corporate internet, all right? Be thinking somebody who has maybe a limited signal on their mobile device. Now, your very large images will load very, very slowly on those types of devices. That's why everything on your website should be optimized as much as it can. Visitors have just become more impatient. If pages take longer to load, they won't sit there and wait for it unless it's really, really good content. Most times, they'll just simply take off and leave. So what you want to do is run load tests occasionally on your website. And if your website is slow, do everything that you can to make it faster, decreasing those load times, optimizing your images, maybe taking some things off of your homepage that don't necessarily need to be there. All right, number two, having a website that is not responsive to all devices. Remember, I said you should think about those mobile visitors first? Well, we shouldn't even be mentioning having a responsive website in this day and age. All of them should be responsive, but I have seen some radio station websites out there that are simply, they just look horrible on mobile devices. They're still the desktop website that they looks like they got back in the 90s, and you have to zoom in to see every little thing that's on the website. They may have current content on there, but you have to zoom in order to read it. And most visitors will not do that. They will simply leave. So your website must be responsive to any device that it could be available on, including VR headsets now. VR headsets have browsers inside of them, and your website could show up on them. So ensuring that your website is responsive means you don't have to worry about the device that it's being viewed on because every device is covered. All right. Now, number three is overlooking outdated text and content. If your website still has copyright 2005 at the bottom of it, or your last news post was several months ago or even longer, well, then it's way past time to ensure that those dates are correct and that you've added new content. If your website isn't current, then it's simply not relevant to visitors or even search engines. They'll push links to your website further down in those search results because it hasn't been updated in a long time. So do all that you can to ensure that your website is always current. Number four is overlooking spelling and grammar mistakes. These can cause visitors to lose trust in your information as a whole. All right, if they think that's some kid from high school who's not very good in English is writing your content, then it plays with their trust issues. And what you can do to combat this is install the free Grammarly plugin inside of your browser. If you go to Grammarly.com, you can install a browser plugin, and anything that you type, basically, Grammarly will actually check the spelling and the grammar. It's very cool. I use it on all of the websites that I do work on. You can also create all of your copy inside of Word or another word processor that checks for spelling and grammar, and then copy the content from there into your website. If you overlook those spelling and grammar mistakes, then your visitors will notice and they will start to not trust you over time and not visit your website often. Number 5 in the list of mistakes to avoid that could be annoying your website visitors is not ensuring that links open properly. Now, what I mean by this is that links on your website should always open in the same window that it's on, like going from the home page to the contact page. It should never open in a new window. That's only reserved for external links because you want the visitor to be able to hit the back button if they need to. It's like if they went to the home page, they went to the contact page, and rather than hit home, they wanted to hit the back button, they could do that. They couldn't do that if the contact page was opened in a new tab. Now, external links, like going from the home page to your YouTube channel or Facebook or something like that, those links do get opened in a new tab or window. This ensures that your website is still visible while the other website is available to them also. If you opened up Facebook, for example, in the same tab, then the visitor would have to click back maybe a few dozen times to get back to your homepage. So ensure that those links open in the right place. Internal links open in the same tab, and external links open in a new tab. Now, some side notes on the links things. You want to ensure that your online stream always opens in a new tab or a pop-up window, because you want the visitor to be able to still surf your website while listening to your radio station. Also, ensure that your links are color coded so they stand out from the rest of your copy. Sometimes these will be underlined as well as a different color, and then the visited links will be a different color. So let's say if you had multiple links on one page and then the user clicks on one link and then they came back, they will want to know which of those links that they clicked on before. So ensure that your visited color is different from your just regular link color. Number 6 is overusing stock photos. If the images that you're using on your pages and news posts look staged or they're from a free stock photo website and you can really tell that they're from a stock photo website, then they're going to appear inauthentic and they're going to leave your visitors with a sense of distrust. The best photos that you can add to your radio station website will come from the ones that you take. Have a team member take a day and go out and travel the community taking photos of everything: major intersections, schools, police car, fire trucks, town buildings, other landmarks around your community. These will connect with your visitors much more than images that you got from a stock website. All right, number 7 is showing under construction pages. This is a big pet peeve of mine. And if you have any under construction pages on your website right now, please pause this podcast and go delete them right now. We highly advise against websites having pages that are not complete. It's really better to not even have them. Visitors will not return to under construction pages. It's better for you to not have them on the website at all. And then whenever they do appear and you have all the content ready, make a big hubbub on air or in your social media posts and stuff like that to drive folks back to that. Make a big deal that they're there now. Don't have it's coming soon or it's going to be here next week or anything like that. Take it off your website and just make a big deal about it when it comes. This also falls under a search engine optimization tip as well, because if you have all of the proper things needed for a page in your page meta, that it's very cool and all this information, but then you don't have any information about that topic, you only have an under construction image, check back soon, then Google and other search engines will actually penalize that page for not being relevant, not having that information available on that page. So not only is it bad for visitors, it is bad for your search engine optimization as well. So if you have any under construction pages on your website, please, please, please go and delete them right now. All right, number 8 is overusing banner ads. Generating revenue from your radio station website is huge for us. It is crucial for you. But visitors don't come looking for banner ads. They come for the content. And if your content isn't immediately consumable by the visitor, then expect your bounce rates to skyrocket. Now, what are bounce rates? Bounce rates are when a visitor comes to a page and immediately leaves without doing anything. They didn't click on a link. They didn't start your stream. They didn't do anything else. They came and they saw, and then they left. So if your homepage has more banner ads than it does content, then it's time to cut back on that inventory for that page and offer other smarter options for your clients, like page takeovers, weather sponsorships, that sort of thing. Because it's better to keep visitors coming back and growing those page numbers than having lots of ads on a page that less and less visitors will see over time. Because when visitors come to that page and all they see is ads, they're going to say, oh, I see what they're trying to do. I'm gone. So check your bounce rates to see if you have too many ads on your page. Okay, number 9 is overusing pop-up boxes and modal windows. Very similar to the overuse of banner ads. You don't want to overdo this. I mean, everybody wants more subscribers and for visitors to know about the biggest contest going on right now, the biggest thing happening at the radio station. But try not to be so over the top with these, like having them on every page of your website. Ensure that these appear only so often and not every single visit, not even every single time that somebody comes to the homepage. Visitors will tire very quickly of these and even hitting the close button, and they simply will not return. They just don't want to go through that hassle anymore. All right. And finally, number 10 is auto playing audio and video. This is really one of my biggest pet peeves. Unexpected audio can annoy your visitors and potentially cause problems that you don't even know about. All right. The visitor could be visiting your website in a public setting or even in a workplace, and the unexpected sound could send them scampering to close the page very quickly. I mean, I could just see somebody on a laptop and something starts blaring, and then they're looking for the thing, and then they're closing it, and it may drop, and I just see that whole thing playing out in my mind. Well, if this happens, it will certainly leave a very bad taste in their mouth for your website and your radio station. So if you have any auto playing audio or video, you should be disabling that very, very soon. All right, so those are the 10 mistakes that you could be making to annoy your visitors to the point that they don't return. Hopefully you're not doing any of those. We could have covered more of them, but we'll save those for another time. Hopefully these tips help you. If they do, please reach out to us at skyrocketradio.com. Have an awesome week online, making your radio station website better. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to Better Radio Websites. Inspired by today's episode? Be sure you are subscribed and share this episode with a friend. Visit skyrocketradio.com/podcasts for more episodes as well as show notes for this episode. Need help starting or making your station website better? Visit skyrocketradio.com.